I think the difference between kind of an average developer and a great developer is not like 1x, 2x difference. Minimum, like I would say 8x, 10x difference.
Rathina, you are product manager for the marketplace in Flipkart.
Yeah.
You might have communicated, interacted, and hired a lot of these people. What did you find some of the best people have, and what did you find some of the people who did not have?
So I think the hiring remains same. I think whether it's a Flipkart, whether it's a Swiggy or even Google today, right? I think most of these companies look for problem-solving skills, right? Which mostly get tested through programming assignments, right? And then they look for certain design elements, right? Are they able to think abstract? Are they able to model things and stuff like that, right? So I think once they get hired, I think everyone who's inside has similar skill set. At least they have basic problem-solving skills. They have some design elements, right? I think after that, I think some of the skill set which actually differentiates the good developer who's able to grow fast, right? Who's able to really perform well are mostly around 2-3 things, right? I think one, I think the really good developers ask a lot of why, right? I think they have a good product sense, right? I think lot of times actually by asking a couple of whys, you might actually even avoid building something, right? They don't just keep building something which is not required, right? So I think product sense is actually one thing which actually differentiates a lot of good developers, right? And second, a lot of good developers kind of try to understand the overall context in which this particular feature or a product is going to operate, right?
The business context.
Business context and the system context, right? A lot of times actually they provision for what is going to come, right? And if you're going to work with a good engineer, right? Even if you're not thought through the requirements, the kind of questions they'll ask systematically will kind of lead you towards the right design, right? So, and third thing is, I think their ability to work with people right across different teams, because the moment the company becomes slightly larger, their ability to communicate, give the requirements to the different teams, dependent teams, their ability to communicate with their product manager, ability to communicate with the designers, right? So I would say outside of the technical skill set, I think their ability to kind of have a good product sense, user context, and their ability to model things appropriately, right? And then their ability to kind of communicate and work with people is what I think kind of differentiates good people from kind of average or above average people. Yeah. I think one thing I can say is, right, for example, like based on whatever I have seen, I think the difference between kind of an average developer and a great developer is not like a 1x, 2x difference, right? A lot of times actually it's minimum, like I would say 8x, 10x difference, right?
Okay.
Right? I think you might actually save probably a couple of lakhs by paying a couple of lakhs low for an average developer. I think the cost of having an average developer versus a great developer, I've seen like literally a lot of times the difference in the way they bring the value is actually almost 8x, 10x difference.
Mostly it's the questions that they ask.
It's the questions they ask. Otherwise, you keep building something which is not required, right? And sometimes the solutions can be very, very elegant, very, very simple. Right? I think you need those a really good skill set to simplify things, right? I think especially in engineering, you can't really say like always 1 + 1 = 2, right? So really, one good developer can actually make a lot of difference.
Yeah.